What's going on, guys? Today I wanted to make a commentary which is gonna be another quick channel update, I guess. I wanted to quickly just make it to mention that the Modern Warfare Remastered stuff, after this commentary at least, is uploaded. I will be uploading the last Modern Warfare Remastered gameplay in 2 days, as the last one that I have for now with the raw gameplay stuff. And then I also quickly want to mention now that I did save a few quick Modern Warfare Remastered matches that I had originally only wanted to use when I did a commentary. Some of them I did upload as raw as well, which is the recent ones. And the reason being that I didn't feel like I should keep so many of them as meant for commentary stuff. So it's only those that I really feel like needs commentary that I decided to save, where the performance probably wasn't the most kill-filled stuff. So those were the ones that I kept, and then the others I've decided to just let them go public as well, because overall the final score wasn't too bad. So that's what I did and plan to do with the remaining stuff there. And it's not much, it's only a little bit left for the commentary use as well, but I wanted to point it out at least right now that I have saved a little bit, which is like maybe 3 to 5 matches at most, and one of them is even used for today, maybe 2 depending on how long the commentary is. But that being said, I also want to quickly take the time and say that I will be scrapping the 2 remaining games that I now had planned to originally do with this year's walkthrough stuff. And I wanted to scrap both Fuse and Spec Ops: The Line because, well, I'm gonna start with Spec Ops: The Line. So Spec Ops: The Line, it hasn't aged that well when I play it on the PS3. It has some really stiff controls to it, which I'm just not used to. At this point I have a hard time making myself playing through it, and I expected it to already be kinda stiff because I had played it in the past as well a few years ago with the co-op missions quickly with Jimmy Beast that I also did upload on my channel. But as I now returned back into it to try and see if I could play through it, I just couldn't make myself actually go through it. I really have a rough time getting used to those stiff controls, and then on top of that the difficulty is also much harder than I remembered it to be, so that's why I decided to cancel that one. I hope it will maybe someday get a remaster with 60 frames per second and so on. That would be nice, because then I probably wouldn't mind playing through it, hopefully. And that brings me to the next one, Fuse, which is another game that I had hoped I could do. And that one is basically a game where it also kinda hasn't aged too well. I don't really like the controls as much as I probably should. I tried to play through it as well, and while I could do it to a certain extent, more so compared to Spec Ops: The Line, it was also a little tough for me to getting used to the controls there. It just didn't feel right, I don't know what it is, but yeah, these 2 games just hasn't aged as well as I would have thought, and I could only wish for a remaster as well with that at some point if I would ever do it. But then again, both of these 2 games actually did really badly when it comes to sales at the time they now launched and so on, so it's probably never gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna scrap them, and this was also something that I thought about maybe even doing with Homefront when I did a walkthrough of that. But then I also remembered I had it on PC, so I could actually just download the PC version and play through it there. And had it been the PS3 version that I would have to play through it with, I probably also would have cancelled Homefront 1 at the time. But luckily, since I owned the PC version of Homefront 1, it wasn't too big of a deal there. But yeah, that being said, that's pretty much the remaining 2 things with the walkthrough stuff that I had planned, which is now scrapped. I will try and see what I can do at some point in the future with that. Right now, it's just gonna be the multiplayer focus, and that is obviously gonna be Black Ops 1 until I now hopefully reach max prestige and max level in it. But until that happens, yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do in that game. Obviously it also will be challenging, because the game do still have a lot of hackers apparently. It's not something I noticed as much when I started to return back into it and start playing it. When I now did return and I played it more and more, I would also notice how many hackers there is now, from wall hacks to aimbot to guard mode and the whole invisible thing. But yeah, hopefully it won't be too big of a deal in the long run that I will encounter. But as of recent, when I've gone back into playing it, it has been something that I've noticed at least again popping up all of a sudden, which is pretty annoying. Then on top of that, there's also the rage quitting parts where I do feel like I'm doing solid, and then boom, people rage quit, host migrations, and then game lobby closes or whatever. Really annoying, but yeah, that's quickly the Black Ops 1 stuff. I have also started to work on a gun sync compilation again. It's been a while since I've done it because it's only around the start when I did begin to upload these syncs on my channel that I would do it. And now that I have uploaded my streaks for the month video, as I mentioned in the video description there, I did feel like it would probably be for the better that I would save some time from that video and then take some of the clips and basically use it for syncing once again in the near future or something like that, depending on whenever I now can get the time to finish it. Obviously also hopefully find a somewhat good variety of different no copyright music to use. That's probably the main challenge because it's been a little hard to figure out what to do next when it comes to music there. I haven't really found much that I really have enjoyed in recent times from no copyright sounds at least. So I've been looking into what I could use. I have found some, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. So time will tell with that once I'm now finished with it. And yeah, that's pretty much the quick news regarding the sync stuff as well. And with that said, I mean, there's also the Game Awards coming up soon. I look forward to see what's gonna be Game of the Year, obviously. I assume it's gonna be Ghost of Tsushima that will win, but maybe The Last of Us Part 2 can take it, or even Animal Crossing or something like that, I don't know. I know that I at least voted for Ghost of Tsushima because that's the one that really stood out to me when it comes to those being nominated. And speaking of Game Awards, I have also thought about maybe doing a quick video where we'll talk about my own top 5 or top 3 games for this year that I have at least played. Maybe I will do it, I don't know yet. It depends on when I can get the time to make that video, but at least my game of the year, without a doubt for this year, the game that I played that really just surprised me in a lot of ways has to be Outer Wilds. It's just a one-of-a-kind, unique game. And if I now do go through with making that top 3 or top 5 game list, then obviously I would go into more detail. But right now, I think I can just quickly bring that up at least. So yeah, next gen consoles has also released since I did my last commentary, so that's also exciting. I look forward to see finally what kind of new games we will be seeing for the next year. Then I don't really know if there is much else to really say right now, to be honest. So I think I'll just end it here. Thank you so much for watching if this took around for this long. Enjoy the rest of the footage if it does continue, and hopefully I will see you in some next one.
Mission accomplished. Good work, Marines.